Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I am at Itsalapab MRT station to take you to my favorite food market in the whole of Bangkok. Today we're heading to Wang Lang Market, a maze of delicious street food where we're going to be getting 4 of my favorite Thai dishes of all time. Let's go. So, as you just saw, to get through the turnstiles at the MRT, the metro in Bangkok, you can tap your card from your home country. So no more waiting in line for a ticket. Just tap your card, gets you through. Now, you'll see that I tapped my Wise card and I'm very excited to tell you that Wise are the partner for today's video. Now, the reason I'm so excited to be partnering with Wise is because I personally use Wise pretty much every day for my money transferring. Of course, I use the debit card. It is the #1 money transferring solution in the game. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get to our first stop at the market. Let's go. Oh, look at this. Look, I've just spotted Diggy as well, top YouTuber.
Hello.
How you doing? Look, she's even using a Wise card. Why do you use Wise, Diggy?
Well, it's so easy and convenient, especially when you want to quickly go through the gate in America. You don't have to wait. Just click away and you're through.
Legend. See you later, Diggy. Don't forget to subscribe. To Diggy, not to me. Bye-bye. How crazy is that? I'm talking about Wise and she walks past waving a Wise card at me. So I wanted to start off at the MRT station because I wanted to show you guys how you get to the market. A lot of you have been saying to me in my videos that I usually just start at the restaurant and I don't tell you guys exactly how to get there. So your first option is the MRT, which is the underground, which is now also the overground, which is a little bit confusing. But you can get this from Sukhumvit, you can get it from Chinatown, you can get it from my side of town. So it's really, really easy, really, really simple. And if you're on your own, really, really cheap. This is the same MRT station you get if you want to go to Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn. That's just a couple of minute walk around the corner. Now, once you're at this station, we're still about 1.5 kilometers from the market. So you've got a few options here. You can jump in a taxi. There are taxis just outside. You can jump on a motorbike taxi. You could jump on a tuk-tuk. Or you can get these little BART buses, which is probably the cheapest option. And they're about 10 baht, and that will take you and drop you at Sililad Hospital, which I'll show you in a sec. Now, for me, because I've got no cash on me, I can't really jump on a bike. So I'm going to jump on a Grab bike, which incidentally, my Grab is also linked to my Wise card. So I know I'm going to get the mid-market rate for that trip as well. But I promise, guys, I will tell you a little bit more about Wise when we get to the market. Let's go. All right, guys, welcome to Wang Lang Market. So we're right outside the ferry terminal. I'll show you a little bit more about that later because that's another way that you can get to the market. But first stop is going to be about 15 meters away from the entrance to the ferry. So right opposite the hospital, Sililad Hospital, you've got Wang Lang 1. And this is pretty much where the market starts, and our first stop is just on the right. So you've got this new part of the market here, which has just been built last year. That is actually a really, really good duck shop. They've got a famous bakery here. We're not going to hit either of those, but if that's what you're into, you've got famous fried fish balls, I guess, and then various other bits and pieces. But we're looking out for Cafe Amazon, and then we're going to take this little alleyway to the side. So no messing about, guys, straight down the back alleys. Right, and you're going to carry on walking here. There's a lovely little auntie selling northern Thai food, Chiang Mai food. But we're going to a different Chiang Mai shop later on. I'm always in the way, guys. And then this, my friends, is our first stop. Right, so here are our mussels. So we've got mussels, we've got smaller mussels, and we've also got some oysters somewhere. And this is going to be cooked with rice flour batter on this big paella looking pot. Of course, we are using lard. What do you have? So they cook the beans on these little hot plates, and this is all you're going to get. You get bean sprouts, and then you get the beautiful, crispy pancake. All right, so we've got the seafood. A little egg goes on there. And this, as I said, is a rice flour batter. And when the rice flour hits this hot pork fat, it just crisps up like you wouldn't believe. But the inside stays beautifully gooey. You can see the pan's at an angle. I don't know if you can see that here, but the pan's at an angle. And that's so she can control the amount of oil that she's using, the amount of fat. Look at the crispness, guys. Ah! Right, I've had to move back because both me and the camera have just been absolutely splattered in pork fat, which these ladies think is hilarious. So she's scooping back some of that oil for the next pancake. And before anyone says anything, this is a pancake, not an omelette. Making sure that's super crispy for me. Oh. A little bit of white pepper on top. Spring onions, coriander, or just spring onions. And the inside of the shop is just a nice air-conditioned number. Silver tables, super, super local. But it is nice to have that air conditioning, that icy cold aircon at this time of year. So usually Auntie, the governor, is sitting here. She usually overlooks the whole operation, but today apparently she's at the doctor. And that's her there. She is an absolute legend. Oh guys, this is heaven. This, I'm gonna, just spoiler alert, this is probably the best thing I'm gonna eat today. So if you're gonna pick one, this should be it. Right, with that, we've got some pik nam pa. Now, I know before anyone says anything that we don't usually use this for mussel and oyster pancakes in Thailand, but this is what I like, so this is what I'm going to use. And any of my Thai viewers who have a problem with this, I apologise, but at the same time, you should probably try it. Then we've got some sot pik sriracha, chili ketchup, and then we've got this, which is homemade sweet chili sauce made in-house. And the secret to this one, it's not like that viscous one out the bottle that we get in the UK and in America and Australia, etc. This one is made with tomatoes, so it's a little bit more acidic than usual, but still a bit too sweet for me. Right, so let's have a look at what we've got. We've got a giant New Zealand mussel, not from New Zealand, but that's just the, I was going to say brand, but the species. We've got some fresh squid. Oyster. Some beautiful fresh prawns and some of the smaller mussels, which are actually my favourite. And as I said, the outside, super, super crispy. But if you dig a little deeper, as I said, the inside just stays beautifully sort of gooey, almost sort of like the texture of a giant noodle. So I don't even think I told you the name of this place. Talay Tod CHEEM. So Talay, big uncle or big someone, invites you to eat some delicious mussel pancake, I guess. This is one of the unsung heroes of Thai Chinese cuisine. Like, you can get this anywhere. You can get this sort of Singapore, Malaysia, anywhere that's got like Chinese descent. But for me, nothing compares to the Thai version. Crispy on the outside. As I said, really, really soft on the inside. Really, really well seasoned. The seafood in here is super, super fresh. Now, usually you get it with either mussels or oysters, but here they've got all sorts, as you can see, different seafood, and that's what I love the most about this place. You've got these bean sprouts, one for Joe Perilla. Just providing a little bit of freshness and a little bit of crunch against that oily, crispy, rich pancake. The seafood absolutely cooked to perfection. The squid doesn't have that weird sort of fishy taste. Everything is just super, super fresh, comes in fresh every day. We're known for having good seafood on this side of the river. It's just the ultimate comfort dish. And for everyone who's saying I only eat pork, there you go. There's a bit of seafood. So as I said, usually Auntie is sitting there overlooking the whole thing, but she's at the hospital today. Hopefully she's okay. But she's really, really nice. Really, really friendly and just runs like a proper military style operation. I think they've been here for nearly 40 years, which is quite unbelievable. Seeing we're sort of tucked down an alleyway and you wouldn't even know this was here. If you come to the market and you don't know where you're going, you would never find this place. Seafood, as I said, super fresh. And if you want to try this dish, this would 100% undoubtedly be my favourite version I've had in the whole of Thailand. Right, the aunties next to me are looking at me like a weirdo because I'm putting fish sauce all over my omelette. Oh, I've just said omelette pancake. So I will try a bit of the sweet chilli sauce. Just because I know they've made it themselves. Now, as far as sweet chilli sauce goes, it's decent, but it's just far too sweet for me. It's not for me. It is quite, it's quite acidic, as I said before. A little bit more sour than your typical, just like thick, sugary syrup you get in a bottle. But still, I'll just stick to my fish sauce. All right, first stop down, guys. We've got to get a cup of coffee because it is absolutely baking and I need a little bit of aircon. But this gives me the opportunity to tell you about another way that you can get to the market. Okay, so the other way you can get here is to go to Ta Panog, which is the boat pier. You can get a couple of different boats here. So you can get the orange boat, yellow boat, green boat, red boat, all at varying different prices. Or you can get the little ferry across to the other side. So if you're staying over there, you're going to be staying around Wat Po, Grand Palace, etc., etc. So you can actually just get the ferry across to Ta Wang Lang, which also happens to be home to my favourite coffee shop in the area, Kanin. Nice little aircon number. Ready, Khab? Ready, Khab? Ready, Khab? Lovely staff as well, the best. Number one. Latte ron nakap. Right, and the good thing about this place, you can pick which bean you want, right? So you can go light, medium, dark. I usually go for the medium because it's really good. But if you want to go crazy, they do actually have loads and loads and loads of different drinks and then some like really funky coffees and stuff. So dark, medium, light, and I would usually go light, but I like the medium in here a lot. All right. All right, guys, so you've seen me use this little bad boy a couple of times today, as well as talk about it in a couple of the scenes, and that is because the partner of today's video is Wise, and I'm super, super excited because it is a service that I use pretty much every single day. So as well as being an awesome travel money card, or just a debit card in general, where you get the mid-market rate, meaning you get the best exchange rate of the day when you're using your card, it is the #1 money transferring app on the market. This is what I use to transfer money from my English bank to my Thai bank every month. So when you see me, for instance, buying other stuff in the market with my QR code, I've only been able to do that because I've transferred money from my Wise account to my Thai bank account with super low fees using Wise. But that's not all. My favorite thing about Wise is the fact that I get paid primarily in US dollars for my YouTube, for my ads that I do online. No matter what country it's coming from, I get paid in US dollars. Now, this used to cost me an absolute fortune in fees, whether I was going through the traditional Swift bank route or PayPal, for instance. The fees were just super, super high. But the best thing about Wise, you can hold multiple currencies at once. So I've got an English account, I've got an American account, I've got a Thai account. So if the Thai exchange rate is really high on a particular day, like today, I will buy up a load of Thai currency and then I get more for my money down the road. But when I get paid in US dollars, I'll stick a screenshot up now of a random payment that I got for $1,500. Now, the previous month, I got this paid into my English bank account, which cost me, I think, around £50 or 70 odd US dollars in fees. Now, with Wise, it cost me $6.11 or something ridiculous like that. So once I'd got that into my bank account, I can then transfer some of those dollars into my Thai bank account, then also onto my Thai bank on the Wise app, so I can use that money to tap and get the best rate possible for my Wise, for my taxis, for my Grab app, etc., etc. Food deliveries, online purchases, I use my Wise card, and for everything else, I use my money in my Thai bank account that I have transferred from the UK or from my American bank account with Wise into my Thai account. All right, guys, hopefully that made sense. But what will definitely make sense is you clicking the link in the description using my code to get yourself a fee-free transfer worth up to 500 British pounds. That's about 600 US dollars, 800 Singaporean dollars. I'll stick a little conversion chart up somewhere so you can see what the limit is for your chosen currency. But guys, I use Wise myself 18 times last month. That's just for transferring money. I use the card pretty much every day. That's how much I use Wise. That's how much I love Wise. I think you guys are going to love it too. So make sure, as I said, you click the link, download the app, use my code. You're going to get that £500 fee-free transfer or one of these bad boys for free. Oh, that is a top cup of coffee from Canning. They also have a branch in Phuket, so if you're in Phuket and you want a decent cup of coffee, this is your spot. But anyway, guys, I'm going to try and dry off, relax in the aircon for a little bit, and then we will hit our next stop. All right, so what we're looking for is a little alleyway. It's in between two 7-Elevens, right next to an optician's, and right at the edge of the alleyway, there is a fruit seller who's here every day. She sells the freshest phalang, apart from me, of course, in the land. So you want to walk down this little alleyway behind me. Again, just absolutely packed full of food, but keep walking, you're going to find this Khao Soi shop. Yeah, you've got to love this. You have to. Is this not what you come to Bangkok for, guys? Here's the spot. My favourite auntie. Sawasdee krab. อร่อย ครับ จริงไหม จริง Alright, so this is what we've come for, guys, the Khao Soi. So we've got chicken in a coconut broth, and you can tell this has been done properly with fresh coconut milk. It's that oil separation on the top. It's kind of gone a little mottled. And I don't know if you can see these little spices, but this is original Chiang Mai style with a black cardamom. And if I see black cardamom, then I know it's legit, because a lot of places these days are just using like red curry paste, throwing in a load of curry powder. Not this place. This lady, Auntie, is legit. She's from Chiang Mai. She's super friendly. And the Khao Soi is just awesome. Right, so you can go chicken leg or you can go chicken pieces, which are in any more kradok on. Kradok on. อร่อยมาก. So we've got soft bone pork, which is quite rare. You don't see a lot of pork khao soi.
อันนี้ก็
Yeah. Beef as well, so stewed down for hours, super soft, tender beef that's been cooked with Chinese spicy cinnamon, star anise, all that good stuff. We've got blanched egg noodles from Chiang Mai. So these come down from Chiang Mai. They also fry the same noodles, and these are going to go on top. And that's all going to be topped with some coriander and spring onion. We've got some stew and some other bits and pieces, and this changes day to day. But what they do have every day is the khao soi, and also nam niao or Thai bolognese, so a tomato and fermented bean stew on rice noodles with some pickles and stuff. เอาเนื้อ1 จานนะครับ But you got motorbikes driving down here. A lot of staff from the hospital. Proper old school joint, packed every day. It's only about, what time is it? 11:05, so I beat the lunch rush, but it's still getting busy, guys. Right, there's Auntie on TV. A few of the other dishes they do. A little bit of dark soy sauce in with my beef. Coconut cream, fresh of course.
ไม่เอาเผ็ดเนาะตัวเองกินเผ็ดไหม
กินเผ็ดได้ครับ
เผ็ดได้เนาะอันนี้ใส่ผักให้สวย
โอ้สวยมากขอบคุณนะครับขอบคุณมากครับ Look at that
ผักนู่นน่ะนะส่งผักให้
okay. All right, guys. So they've already given me my pickled vegetables and my onion. That's going to go into my soup. Look at that. You can see straight off this is Chiang Mai style. So you got the coconut milk, as you saw, added afterwards. So you just got that beautiful separation between soup and coconut. Oh. But what sets this place apart for me is the beef. These tender stewed. Let me get one of them tender stewed pieces of beef. And these are super soft, which is quite rare for beef in Thailand, no pun intended, but yeah, really good. You've got those, that cup. She wants to put the vegetables in. All right, so we're going to put the pickled veg in. Cup. Squeeze a lime. And give that a mix up. So now we've got, in every bite, we've got pickled mustard greens, we've got blanched noodles, we've got those beautiful crispy noodles, which they do in-house, of course. A little bit of cartilage there, look at that. Of course, we're going to have to get some of this hikwa, this roasted chilies. Yes. There's a bit of fish sauce on the table, so I'm going to add a little bit of this. All right, mix it up. Let's try and get some crispy noodles, some blanched noodles, a little bit of the veg, and obviously get some of the beef. As I said, I think for me, what sets this place apart from the absolutely killer sauce, the broth, the curry sauce as we would call it in England, is that beef. It's just super tender, super soft. And as I said, it's been stewed down separately with those beautiful Chinese spices, so you get that sort of little background hit of star anise and cinnamon. And then the broth is the same regardless of which one you order, which is common in Chiang Mai. So usually they'll cook the curry broth with chicken legs. And here she then shreds the chicken up, so you can have it with leg or without leg, or with bone or without bone. Alloy gin. So as I said before, the broth, right, it hasn't got that generic curry powder taste. The flavour is coming from coriander seed, black cardamom, ginger, chili, and turmeric. And she actually makes the paste herself in-house, which is quite rare. Again, especially for Bangkok, but even in Chiang Mai now, so many places sell this dish. Unless you go to one of the OG places in Chiang Mai, you're pretty much just going to get like a shop-bought paste, really quick cooked dish with a load of curry powder thrown in. Lam te te. So the good thing about this version for me is that like it's not sweet like a lot of khao soi in Bangkok are quite sweet and thick and rich, and this one is more akin to a soup, which is what this dish is originally. It's a noodle soup, so it shouldn't have really thick coconut milk. This is how it should taste. And that's the beauty of this market as a whole. As you'll see today, you can get dishes from every single region in Thailand all under one roof or all in one maze of alleyways. And if you want northern Thai food, hands down, this is your spot. Bye-bye. Khao soi ที่นี่อร่อยที่สุดในกรุงเทพใช่ไหมครับ Okay,ครับ Legends. They really like me because I've been going in there for like 4 years now. So, yeah. And they'll like you too if you go down there and start getting involved. Right, but enough of that. Come out of here. Now you're in the market proper. Again, at the moment, they're always selling fruit, but at the moment they've got cherries and stuff. So, this way we're back up to the main road. This way, we're going back down into the market, and this is where our next stop is. We're going to go see Pa Uan, or does that translate to fat sister? Fat sister or auntie? Kind of auntie? Someone in the comments. Fat sister. All right, finally. So what do you have, Pa Uan? What do you have? Finally, we get to the legend, who sells the best dumplings in the business. Look at these bad boys. Ooh. And here's the pork mix. So as you can see, we've got really, really fatty pork mince, like 30% fat, some chive, and a little bit of pepper. And when she's done, she's going to spray it with namanga sesame oil, which gives it the most amazing fragrance ever. And then you get it topped off with Chinese black vinegar and some I mean, look at these beautiful fresh prawns. So you're going to get a whole one of these wrapped in this, turned into this. So this is genius. So she first of all puts the pork mixture into the wonton wrapper, more pork on top, then wraps that prawn up. And this is what we end up with. And then she's having a spray up. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just going to get a large portion because I want to show you guys what a large portion looks like. And I'm trying to put all that weight back on that I lost. So I've gone for mix. So she's going to give me 3 prawn. Hopefully just 2 pork. Oh no, 3 pork, 4 pork. Oh, just give me an extra one. So I've got 10 to eat. Ah, there it is. This is the stuff, right? So garlic. So there's we're going to put loads of that on, right? And then she's going to get this Chinese black vinegar, the good stuff. Salt piao. So Chinese black vinegar, and then what this does at the bottom of the tub, you get the most amazing like mix of garlic and vinegar at the end, and usually I just drink it. All right, I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to go and eat these with my friends down this alleyway. Bye-bye. 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 Right, if we walk down this alleyway, guys, usually, they're not here today. Where's the tortoise? No, usually there's tortoises in this garden. All right, so yeah, usually in this garden here, there's like 3 or 4. There might even be 5 massive tortoises, which is pretty cool. But every time I say, let's go see the tortoises, they're not there. That was very nice of someone to leave me this table here. All right, now, I know these just look like any old dumplings, guys, but I promise you they're not. These are the best. When I bring people down here, this is often the best thing they say of the whole day's eating. Look at that. All right. Oh. Well, look at the prawn. Look, whole prawn, covered in fatty pork mix, perfectly cooked, covered in garlic, covered in vinegar. You can just eat it. Right down to the tail. Now, everything about these are perfect. The mince, incredible. The crispy garlic, out of this world. Like, crispy garlic improves everything, right? But it just gives you that texture you need against that soft, fatty pork mince. When you're eating the prawn, when you're getting that bounce from the fresh prawn, that is not overcooked in any way, shape or form, because that fatty pork mince is like a safety blanket and it's just keeping it nice and bouncy. Pork. Oh, the fattiest, saltiest, perfectly cooked dumpling imaginable. Now, admittedly, it is all about the prawn ones, but if you don't eat prawn, get the pork. If you come down here and you don't like these, you may as well unfollow me, guys, because these are my favourite. And as I said, when you get to the bottom, you just got the vinegar and that garlic to dip. We may as well just cut the video here, guys, because it does not get any better than that. Now, I don't know how I'm going to eat any more food today, but I've still got 2 more stops. So, luckily for me, I've got some friends of the channel coming along to help me out for the next 2 stops. So, I told you I'd give you some options of places to stay right here in the market. Now, probably my number 1 would be Wang Lang Riverside Hotel, which is a really nice hotel on the river, which I'll show you a little bit of right now. So they've got a rooftop restaurant and they've got a coffee shop, number 10 cafe, decent coffee right here on the river. So if I hadn't have just had a coffee, I would come and have a coffee here and show you the coffee here. It's very good coffee, not as good as the other one, but it's still very, very good. But the reason you would come here is for the view. So you got Wat Arun in the distance there. Rama 8 Bridge going down into Khao San and Ratana Khao Sin Island over there. And then opposite you've got the Grand Palace, Wat Po, etc, etc. All right, so there's a lot of copyright music playing very loudly at the coffee shop, so I can't film there or I won't be able to put this up. And this will be a pointless section of the video. But guys, this is a really, really nice place to stay. You've got riverside views if you want them. You've got a nice riverside restaurant. The cafe turns into a craft beer shop in the evening, so it's really, really nice. A really, really good, affordable place to stay in Wang Lang Market. Right, now I've given you somewhere to stay and given my 3rd stop a little bit of time to settle. Let's go to our next stop and grab these noodles. And if you've made it this far into the video, you are not going to want to miss this next stop. Absolutely epic noodles from Eastern Thailand. All right, so second from last stop, our 4th stop on our little food tour adventure today is Kiew Nong Bua, Trat Original Egg Noodle and Wonton, 1971. Now, this is a relatively new restaurant, despite the name being 1971, and that is because they have an original branch in Trat, which is in eastern Thailand near Koh Chang, the famous tourist island, which we're actually heading to next week. But they've now opened up a branch on the river, serving up their famous handmade egg noodles. Let's go. All right, so as I said, I've got a little bit of help coming for this one. There they are now. All right, guys, so here they are. Calvin and Lucy, how are you?
You're good. Very well, thank you.
So these guys are going to help me eat at the next stop because I'm absolutely stuffed. There's absolutely no way I can eat another 2 meals. But luckily for you, these guys have come hungry, right?
We have indeed, yeah.
All right, let's go. Yeah, guys, I'm super, super excited to try this one. As I said, they've got the original shop in Trat in eastern Thailand. I've actually spoke to the owners and they explained a little bit about the story of this place, which I will tell you about in a sec. But all you need to know is that this place sells unbelievable noodles. All right, so I did say there was an inside air-conditioned area, which there is, which is very, very nice, but it's quite loud in there. There's a lot of families eating. They probably don't want to listen to me talking about egg noodles for the next 20 minutes. So we've decided to come outside, brave the heat, and yeah, get a nice, lovely view of this river. All right, we excited, guys, or what?
Very.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to get ordering. All right, so let's have a look at this menu. This is calling me, this seafood tom yum noodle. You got the story from the uncle, and you'll get more of a story from this guy because I'm actually going to go to his restaurant next week. So we've got egg noodle with mantis shrimp and onsen egg, soft boiled egg, which we might get. Crab meat, fish more, don't think so. You got a few different ones. So it is quite expensive in here for like Wang Lang prices, but you can get just the normal pork wonton roast pork soup for 60 baht, which is normal prices. But then if you're looking for the seafood, you're looking at 200. Fish roe on rice with mantis shrimp, pork, chicken. You can just get a set of the egg noodles, which are made in-house. Bok choy with oyster sauce. Homemade shrimp wontons. And then you can just get an array of fresh seafood. So you can get crab, you can get squid, you can get mantis shrimp, you can get prawns, you can get fish wontons, pork wontons, crab wontons, yen tafo, pink noodles, pakapao, you can get the lot. This. All right, so we get eggs, we get roast pork, we get crispy pork, we get duck, and we get the homemade egg noodles. So this might be the way we go. What do you reckon?
I definitely think that's the way.
That's the way to go, isn't it? All right, so we've ordered the big tower of noodles, and with that we get 3 soups, which I thought were going to be tiny, but they're not. So we've got a plain pork bone soup. We've got tom yum nam kon, which is sour spicy soup with evaporated milk. And then we've got yen tafo tom yum, preserved red bean curd soup with tom yum flavour. All right, and here's the big boy. All right, so we've got crispy pork, we've got roast duck, roast pork, boiled eggs, and then handmade prawn wontons and handmade egg noodles. This is what we've come for, straight from Trat, Eastern Thailand, as I said, from Uncle. And then we've got a kind of sweet yellow bean, and I can't work out what else is in their sauce. I think it's dripping from the meat. Then we got one more sauce. I think one is for the mukrob and one is the mudeng. And this is like a 5 spicy, again dripping I think off one of the meats. So this is like a beanie 5 spicy kind of number. All right, I'm going to try and attack this. So we're going to go wonton. I can't even pick that up. All right, so we'll go wonton into the bowl. Some of these egg noodles, and you can see these are thicker than your normal egg noodle. We've left these a little bit too much. Oh, I've got them in though. And we'll get a bit of the mordang. Some duck. Crispy pork. Let's get some greens to be healthy. Do you know what am I thinking? We'll go tom yum. All right, before I do anything else, I'm going to try 2 things. I'm going to try this crispy pork. Oh, super crispy. You've got like a little layer of soft fat underneath, and then that really tender meat. Perfect with this little orange sauce, which I still can't work out what it is. It's like sweet, salty, beany, almost fruity. It's obviously been thickened with a little bit of rice flour, I think. I'll try the other one. That just tastes like char siu red pork to me. So that is definitely the cooking liquor from the pork. Right, let's try these noodles. Completely different from your average bát mi noodle in Thailand. Your normal egg noodle. They're thicker, they're chewier, they're bouncier. A little bit more like mi sapan in Phuket. So like mi Hokkien. And these are actually a recipe from Betong in southern Thailand. The uncle here, whose pictures are all over the walls, the owner here who's also got the shop in Trat, his recipe comes from Betong. He opened a shop in Trat and he was the only one selling that type of noodle in Trat. They used to call him Pok Pok noodle because he used to serve it, I mean, he used to sell it off one of those, you know, like the wooden, what am I going for here? Like the wooden baskets over your shoulder. Right, we'll try the duck. Oh. Oh, this is top quality. All right, what sets this place apart already is the meat. Tom yum soup's delicious, sour, salty, creamy. The only thing I'm regretting a little bit is that we didn't get any seafood, because this is famous for seafood. But again, guys, as you always say on my videos, I only eat pork. All right, talk to me, guys.
Wow, that's just astounding, isn't it?
It's absolutely fantastic. And the wontons were just delicious, as well as crispy pork.
So the spice of this was perfect, wasn't it?
Oh,
Not
that's
too,
the
not too
Yentafo
much.
one, right?
Yeah. So what have we got in this?
So it's red preserved bean curd.
Okay.
It's like pounded up. So it's a bit like, I don't know what it's a bit like, but it's red preserved bean curd.
Wow.
And then usually you don't have it with tom yum, so the lime and the peanuts and the sugar. But yeah, little mix in here.
And the pork just got a real nice sweetness to it.
And like the crackling on top was really good.
Top, innit?
Yeah,
It's just,
really
all right, good. What's your YouTube channel?
All year seasonaires.
Nice. All right, links are going to be in the description box below. They've got a new channel coming, guys, and it's going to be top. I'm telling you. You guys ready after this for an ice cream?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so I think I might have made a mistake, guys, with the tom yum soup because I've just tried to yentafo the pink soup and with the tom yum seasoning, and it is absolutely fantastic. It's got that sort of like sweet, beany, fermented flavour, but then also it's got the sourness from the lime. It's got peanuts, loads and loads of chili. So that for me, if I come back, I will be getting the egg noodles, seafood with the yentafo. And yeah, I don't know what more I can say. It's just the top spot. Really, really nice inside. It's air conditioned, as I said, so you can get out of the heat, even though we're sitting outside. If I wasn't filming and wasn't being this loud, I'd be inside. You've got pictures of the owner from Trat. Loads of different pictures from when he was younger all over the walls. The staff are really attentive. No one's on their phones going, ooh, just scrolling through TikTok. The manager speaks perfect English. For me, it's a win-win, guys. And if you want to see me come back and try all the different seafood in here, comment in the comment section below and I will get that done. All right, guys, next up, we're going to head down for a dessert, and I think we're going to have to call it a day because I think I'm going to die if I eat any more food. This place is famous for sort of old traditional Thai desserts, but with a modern twist. Yeah, so you walk down this little alleyway bit, past all these motorbikes, and then you head out onto the Chao Phraya River again. There's this lovely little air-conditioned ice cream shop. All right, guys, so this is the lechong. So usually this comes as like, kind of like a drink, but in here we've got those tapioca and pandan flavoured wiggly worms, as I call them, and beautiful homemade coconut ice cream, all in lovely sweetened coconut cream. All in lovely sweetened coconut milk. All right, give me your verdict, bud.
Yeah, this is superb. Got some nice coconut flesh in here.
So you've got coconut flesh, you've got those pandan wiggly worms.
Really nice pandan taste.
Lucy was just telling me off camera that she thinks the ice cream is...
Is what?
Really smooth and creamy.
Beautiful. All right, I'll give this a go, guys. You know I'm not the biggest sweet man in the world, but I do love coconut ice cream. I love anything with coconut. So this is, if I had to eat a dessert, this would be it. And what can you say about coconut ice cream? Just smooth, as you said, Lucy, creamy, and absolutely delicious. You get a little bit of texture from these wiggly worms. And I do love pandan. Right, and here is dessert number 2. So we've got buoloy. These are rice flour balls, flavoured or coloured with different stuff. So like the purple one is purple sweet potato, and the orange ones I think are, or the yellow ones are pumpkin. And is there blue ones in here? No, there's usually blue ones, which are butterfly pea. And then we've got the same coconut ice cream. So these, I guess, are like the original bubble tea, but not tapioca. I've got to be honest, guys. Like I'm pretty full now, so. Yeah. They do kind of say, if you've had bubble tea before, this is what the kind of texture you're getting. It's like very chewy. You can't really taste the flavour of whatever they're flavoured with. All you can taste is delicious, creamy coconut milk and coconut flesh.
Yeah, so this is just like your bubble tea. Like the texture is very, very similar. But yeah, not a huge amount of flavour in that, but this coconut milk and the coconut flesh, so tasty.
It's a winner, isn't it?
It is, and without the inconvenience of a straw.
There you go. So you've heard it here first. If you want a drinkable dessert with no straw, this is your spot. All right, guys, thank you so much for helping me out today. I don't know how I would have got that done without you guys. And sad to see you go tonight, but I'm sure you'll be back very soon.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to see their channel, I'll link it in the description box below. Plenty of content coming soon. You doing content in Wales?
We will be. Yeah.
Content all over the place.
There you go, Mum. New channel for you to watch.
Click and subscribe.
Nice. Okay, so one thing you've got to do when you come over at this time of year is stay hydrated, because it is hot. As you can see by the sweat dripping off me, it's like 40 degrees every day at the moment, so you need to stay hydrated. But one thing you've got to remember, even if you're using a Thai bank account, is that 7-Eleven, which is probably the main shop where everyone's going to be buying drinks, that does not take scans. So the only way you can buy something in 7-Eleven is with cash or with a card. And surprise, surprise, I don't have any cash. One thing to remember though, guys, is it's a minimum of 200 baht to pay on your card here. Luckily for me, I've got to do a little bit of household shopping, and I get a 6-pack of my sodas. There you go, easy as that. Use the Wise card again to stay hydrated and to get your household goodies. Anyway, guys, that's about it from me today at Wang Lang Market. If you have anywhere you'd like me to go, any areas you'd like me to check out, drop a comment in the comment section below and I will get that done. As always, links to everywhere we went today in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.